In this video, I am sharing 3 common mistakes people make when they are diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease and what to do instead. I encourage you to stick around to the end of the video because, at least in my opinion, I think each of these 3 points are equally important. Hi, my name is Madison and I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease by my endocrinologist back in 2020. I actually have a video about my personal story that you can check out after this video. This leads me into mistake number 1, which is only listening to your doctor. I am not saying don't listen to your doctor at all, especially when it comes to your medication needs. Unfortunately, by the time most of us are diagnosed, our thyroids are so destroyed that we do require medication. What I mean though is that despite how well-meaning they may be, doctors are trained to prescribe the medication necessary to keep patients' bodies functioning. They don't focus on finding the root cause or reducing inflammation or suggesting lifestyle changes that may help patients feel better. And in some cases, they even discourage patients from doing external research. At my first endocrinologist appointment, I asked my doctor if there were any things that I could be doing to help me feel better in addition to medication, and he basically laughed and said that there's nothing that I can be doing besides taking my medication properly. I left the office feeling super discouraged because I felt like all I could do was rely on the medication and hoped that it helped me feel better. This definitely was not good for my mental health, especially after receiving such a life-changing diagnosis. I wish I knew then that while listening to my doctor about my medication needs was necessary and helpful, I should have been my own advocate. So whether you are newly diagnosed or not, I highly encourage you to be your own advocate and do your own research. I know this can feel overwhelming, but knowing that you can take control of your health journey can relieve some of that stress that you may be feeling. This leads me into mistake number 2, which is not addressing stress management. I fully believe that prolonged chronic stress is what triggered my autoimmune disease in the first place. But for a long time, I didn't realize just how important managing stress is, especially if you have an autoimmune disease. Chronic stress causes inflammation, gut health issues, and immune dysregulation, all of which contribute to autoimmunity. Luckily, I started a pretty low-stress job before I was diagnosed, which definitely helped immensely during that first year or two. But over time, I realized that I needed to make other changes in my life to reduce stress. Take some time to consider whether or not there are any stressors in your life that need to be managed. I actually just posted a video about habits that I have implemented in my life that reduce stress. I will link it to the end of this video if you're interested in checking it out after this video. Another common mistake that I made, as well as many other people make, is not evaluating or adjusting your diet. I can definitely tell a difference in my symptoms and how I feel overall when I'm focusing on eating whole foods, minimally processed foods, and reducing refined sugar. It's so important for anyone with an autoimmune disease, whether it's Hashimoto's or not, to work with a dietitian or a nutritionist or a functional medicine doctor to determine if there are any problem foods that may be contributing to your symptoms. Some foods, even if they are healthy foods, may be causing inflammation in your body. Everyone is different, but gluten and dairy are 2 common inflammatory foods for people with autoimmune conditions. And there is a lot of research into how gluten affects people with Hashimoto's disease. So all in all, I definitely recommend that you look into your diet and how food is affecting you. Please leave any comments, questions, or your own personal experiences down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.